First of all, I want to know, Mr. Turturro, the first time that you read the book, and what struck you on the book?
The book, I've seen the movie first, but when I read the book, I was exhausted. It was so wild. It was such a wild book. You could see it was written at a certain time, and just the whole journey of the book, the rebellion against bourgeois society. They were like hippies in the book, really, you know, but very young. But there was something in it that I just felt that was, there were scenes that really shocked me and surprised me. And Marie has a monologue in the book where she goes on and on and on. And they said, will you ever stop talking? Because for most of the book, she doesn't talk. And then once she opens up, you realize no one's ever listened to her. And I thought, wow, that's something interesting. So I like Blier's movies, and you know, he made a series of them with Royal and Depardieu. Did you ever see Get Out Your Handkerchiefs, the other one? No. Oh, it was a beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. Yeah. Yeah. And she has a problem in that movie too. The one she's very unhappy. They're not outcast as much, but I feel like he put his finger on men's stupidity, sometimes, and density, but but men who are still interested in women as people, not just as a different sex.
And did you immediately think that this was an ideal vehicle for such an iconic character?
No, it was a little. I explored it a little bit, and then I stumbled onto it. I just stumbled onto it, and I was like, wow, maybe. And then the Coen brothers looked at it and they said, yeah, it's a good idea. And
do you think it's still relevant today, to this kind of, anarchist rebellion against society, this quest for a dream, these underdogs? These are themes that struck you as relevant today.
I think people like things about underachievers. So you go ahead. You can answer.
Yeah, and I think that I think the idea of curiosity and sharing feelings and going on journeys with people that we don't necessarily know we're going to connect with is something that's lost on us right now. I think that we have. I think the idea of we're kind of living in a culture where like we're all experts. We all kind of know what the game is, but we don't really know anything. And I think the idea of being curious is seen as a kind of a weakness now, and it's unfortunate because the truth is we don't know anything. And I think the need to connect is something that the movie highlights, and I think there's always a place for a movie like that. I certainly do.
I think Bobby's character says so many interesting things as I think about it. And I'm not just saying because Bobby's here, but like even when Marie offers herself to him, he was like, hey, you think we're just going to come here to have sex? You know, we're going to do, we got other things to deal with. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's kind of a deep thing that this guy who's wounded and he's having problems sexually himself, everybody has most of the characters. He has a problem because she has a problem.
Yeah. And watching the film, just for curiosity, you needed for this kind of character more than a partner in crime. Such intimacy, such closeness can be faked. Can you tell me something about your relationships as friends?
Well, we've never been naked before. Now we were naked.
That was new.
That was new.
I have a great picture that somebody took where I'm sitting on the toilet and I've got that stupid
the
bandage on my butt. It's like a little.
That's one of my favorite
cross.
things.
And I'm looking out the window. I'm sitting there, and John is just standing there, and he's naked from the back. And if you didn't know the context of that picture, you'd really be damaging. You're like, I don't like.
Yeah.
It's such a weird picture.
Yeah.
But we were so weirdly comfortable.
Yeah, we were in a little bathroom. It was tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny.
And we each had our own pillow.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yeah. When you do sex scenes, it's really like choreography.
Yeah.
It's all choreography, and you have to have a pillow on top of Audrey, So everybody had to be comfortable, Bobby said at the end of the day, he couldn't move his arms because he was holding himself up because he's bigger than me, and he was laying, oh, poor Audrey, you know, she was, you know. but
She's
it-
very tiny, so I was
So
being
he was
very
holding-
careful.
he was
to
very
not
careful.
Hurt her, and I was,
Yeah.
I was sore.
Yeah, so.
Showbiz.
But it's really, in those scenes, you really have to work together well.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and if you're not a gentleman, it doesn't work, because it doesn't work for all the characters, you know
That's
what I mean? And,
For the audience too.
and for the audience, you know, the audience has to be in on it, enjoy it, and not be embarrassed by it, you know? So that's, but push them a little bit.